Namaste. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shal Gulhati, Shiva and Mysticism for another episode of Monday with Mahadev. Lately, I have been talking to you about the Siva Sutras, which are the sacred revelation given by Shiva in Kashmir to his Rishi Vasugupta. And these revelations are very meaningful. They are basically a map on how we can connect back to our divine source, the divine consciousness, or in other words, how we can connect back to the Shiv Tattva and Mahadev. Now, in the Shaktopai, which is the third awakening, the third upaya, the third method that Shiva gives to Vasugupta, there is a very interesting sutra which is just two words, and it is Jnanam, annam. Jnanam is knowledge, and annam is food. And this sutra has a very mystifying meaning. It means that a yogi who has been meditating for years, who has been practicing his texts, his Shiva Sutras, his satsang, his jap, and so on, reaches a level where for him, Jnanam, which is knowledge, is food. So the sutra actually means that a yogi of a particular caliber devours all of knowledge like food. He doesn't just eat food like we do, like fruit and cereal and rice and chapatis, or what have you. He actually devours all knowledge, especially sacred knowledge, as his food, which is very reminiscent of the phrase which we have, food for thought, or thought for food. Now, I'm going to share with you a lovely story which I heard about Hanumanji, and I heard this story from my grandmother when I was very young. So, we all know the Ramayana story. We all know how Sri Ram, instead of being crowned the prince, was banished. He was sent into exile by his father. And how he, his brother Lakshman, and his wife Sita, when they went into the forest, they were all right for some time, but then an unfortunate series of incidents happened with Ravan, who was the great mighty king of Sri Lanka, and he abducted Sita, and to get her back, a very fierce battle was fought, and eventually Ravan was slain, and Sri Ram and Lakshman returned to Ayodhya, and they were in a victory mode. So after a few days, Sita thought that now that she's back in Ayodhya as the reigning queen, she must do some kind of a festivity or like a party for all the people who had helped them and all their bhakts and all their fellow workers. So she asked Ramchandra about this plan, that I want to have a feast, I want to give a party for everybody, and I will be inviting so and so and so and so, and of course I will be inviting Hanuman. The moment Ramji heard Sita say that I will be inviting Hanumanji to give him a feast in token of, in my gratitude of him having helped us, Ramji smiled and he said, be a little careful. So Mother Sita did not understand. She said, what do you mean? So he said to her that Hanuman has an enormous appetite, so be careful how you will feed him. So Sita took the tip and said, not to worry, I shall ask all the royal kitchens to make a lot of food. I will be inviting about 100 people, but I will make food for 500 people. So I will put plates for 99 people, and for Hanuman, I will have, something like 400 plates ready. So Ramji just kept giving his mysterious smile. And so the party began, and there were a lot of nice things which were being served, and Sita was taking care, like the perfect hostess, to feed everybody herself, to put food in their plates, and especially when she came to Hanuman, and she had a great liking for him because he was the one who had played a very big role in the Ramayana in her rescue. And even before the Ramayana war was fought, it was Hanuman who had gone to her and met her in the Ashok Vatika and given her the message that all will be well, mother, we are coming for you. So she served Hanuman a lot of extra food. And then when she turned, the minute she turned, Hanumanji said, Mataji or Paroso, which meant, mother, give me some more food. So she turned around and saw that she had put a mountain of food in Hanuman's plate, but it was all devoured. Anyway, so she beckoned her chambermaids and she put another big helping in his plate and then turned away to serve others. And maybe in 5 seconds when she turned, Hanumanji said again, Mataji or Paroso, mother, give me some more. Fill my plate with some more food. And this went on and on till the maids told her that, all the food we've made for 500 people, it has been eaten up. So Sita, not to panic, because she had taken Ramji's word very cautiously, she had made arrangements in her second and third and fourth kitchen of the palace. Palaces have a lot of kitchens. So she said, well, get that food here. And so this drama went on for some time. Every time she would put food in his plate and she probably got tired of just serving him, he would finish it in seconds and say, Mataji or Paroso. So then Sita was told that all the kitchens, all the food is finished. She then asked her ministers' wives that please get some food from your house. And then this second rung of things went on. So eventually, maybe after an hour, she was told that all the food in the Rajya, everything in our homes is finished. Hanumanji has eaten everything. So Sita made an exit from there and went back to Ramji and said, my God, my Lord, what am I to do with Hanumanji, I have to be the perfect hostess. I cannot not serve him till he says it is enough. What should I do? All the food is finished. So then the story says that Ramji told her, well, just put a tulsi, holy basil leaf on his plate. And Sita did so accordingly. She put a little tulsi leaf on Hanumanji's plate, and Hanumanji looked at it. He was very wise and very big, but he used to act like a child because, being childlike is actually a sign of a great spiritual person also. So he looked at the leaf like that, picked it up, and then ate it, and he said, Bas Mataji, ab tript ho gaye. Enough, mother, now I am full. And of course, in this story, the moral was supposed to be that the tulsi leaf is the epitome, it is the essence of all holy things. We call it holy basil. And it is a food of the divine, and it basically symbolizes all divine thought, all divine nutrition, and things like that. So when I think of that story and when I read this very serious sutra, Jnanam, annam, I can sort of join the dots. I can correlate that when a yogi who has reached a certain caliber in his meditation, it is not normal food that can suffice. It is knowledge, sacred knowledge, which he eats as his food. And this basically means that not only just he reads up books and things like that, he understands what he reads. He understands the codes, he understands what's right, he understands new interpretations, and so on. And this also has an echo, interestingly, in a fairly new film that some of you may have watched. It was called Lucy, and it was about this girl who's given certain stimulants, certain injections, and there is a DNA transformation in her body, and as a result of which she can get a lot of knowledge and get a lot of power instantly. So the movie has her reading up whole libraries within seconds, and everything she surveys, she understands, assimilates in her brain, and so on. While this was a very interesting and fanciful film, but yes, it does have an echo in Jnanam, Annam. If a yogi reaches a particular caliber, then all sorts of knowledge, especially divine knowledge, becomes his food. I hope you liked this little video. Join me again next Monday, and I will be back with another Shiva wisdom for you. Om Namah Shivaya.